This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react. Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to an episode of An Anthropologist Watches April Lauren. I'm not entirely sure what this is gonna look like, but we're gonna do it anyway. I never really watched April Lauren outside of watching Jakara Transformations reactions to her. I mean, back then she was kind of interesting because she would do the whole, like, I'm losing weight, but I'm not trying kind of a thing. Like, she's a little bit different than the rest of the, well, she was a little bit different from the rest of the girls because, like, she really was trying to lose weight. She was just doing it in all these weird ways that weren't actually going to help her lose weight at all. It was very strange to watch. And she would lie about weird things, like she ran a marathon or something and she like lied about her time, and she did a couple like Ironmans or things like that, and again like wasn't completely honest about how much of it she completed and that kind of thing. So it was always just kind of weird. But I know she moved to Hawaii. I think it was Hawaii, and she kind of dropped off the planet when she did that, which, you know, was probably good for her, honestly. She didn't seem to be taking the internet criticism well, so, you know, the best way to do that is to just get off the internet. So she did, and now she's back, and I know she posted a video about 2 days ago talking about how she got weight loss surgery, and this is her most recent video. I think it's an hour old. Yeah, it's an hour old as of right now, which today is June the 3rd. I know my months. So yeah, I thought, let's give this a shot. I don't really have a opinion of April one way or the other than I think she's kind of goofy. Kind of, you know, like the things she chooses to be dishonest about don't make sense, but there you have it. So I'm going to speed her up though. She is sped up. All right. So she sped up to time and a quarter. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my members. Thank you to my subscribers. I recently hit 6,000. You guys are amazing. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to watch a couple episodes of her before I can really start like applying our dark anthropology principles to her. But I mean, if she's going to start posting fairly regularly, which it looks like she is, then that shouldn't be too bad. Oh my God, this is a 15-minute video. I'm gonna speed her up to time and a half, because I talk a lot. All right, so if you're speeding me up, she's gonna be really fast. So apologies, but this is how we survive. All right, so everybody, this is 1 week post up. I think that's supposed to be op. 1 week post update. And weigh in after weight loss surgery. She had the duodenal switch. I remember watching a Shaun of Steel episode where they were talking about doing this to a kid because he was huge. And the way they were describing it, I don't know if I would actually want that kind of a surgery. It sounds, they basically like completely redirect your entire digestive like tract. Like your stomach and your esophagus to your stomach, and then your stomach to your poop chute, basically. I don't know if I'd want that much rearranging going on inside of me. But, you know, my goal in life is to not have to have any major surgeries, so...
I am 1 week post-op from having a duodenal switch or weight loss surgery to help me lose weight. Welcome to my channel, Wake Up Bright, where I share all the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I am April Lauren, and I'm on a journey to lose 200 pounds and to keep it off forever, to live a healthy, happy life. And yeah, so that brings me to this video.
If that was too loud, I apologize. I think I've adjusted it here. She has like a Joker smile. Except I think the Joker actually was enjoying himself most of the time.
I have not posted on my YouTube channel in over half a year. And even before
8 months, according to your channel. Not that I checked or anything.
For that, it wasn't like posting. It's been over a year posting content consistently. A lot has changed in my life. I live in Hawaii now, which I have already shared. And I went through a pretty intense bout of depression, and I do feel on the other side struggling kind of more at this point with like the guilt of withdrawal. When I get very depressed, I tend to withdraw into myself pretty hard.
Something that I've always noticed about her that kind of drove me nuts. Also, her sound is atrocious, and I apologize, but coming from me, no less. She always sounds like she's on the verge of tears. Like the way her voice quivers when she talks. She always sounds like she's like on the verge of crying, and it's always been like that. Like even back in her older videos, she always has sounded like that to me.
And haven't done a video, I will do a video and tag it. If you haven't, I started my YouTube channel with this, how did I get fat? And in that video, I talk a lot about my experience with depression.
I don't know what those pops were, but they hurt.
And how that and my weight happened. I am struggling. This is like the 5th or 6th time now that I have started this video. So
I feel that.
All of that to say, I'm 1 week post-op. Throughout this week, I started off, I woke up from anesthesia, was all over the place, very much not myself, and did not stay conscious for very long before I slept. Woke up, and every time in the hospital that I woke up, I was feeling a little better. My oxygen was a little low. It got into the 80s. So they were a little concerned about that at first, but that by the time I went home, had normalized.
What is your oxygen supposed to be at? I've never had that problem, so I don't know.
I was in the hospital for 3 days, and when I went home, I felt really good. Like there was still a constant level of pain, but it really wasn't terrible. It was like a constant level of pain, and that constant level was like a 3 or 4 on the pain scale. And then there was, if I like moved certain ways or if something touched certain areas, then it would like jump up. But
I have her sped up. I have her sped up to 1.5 times. And she sounds like she's talking at a normal pace. That is insane. How slow do you talk?
But it was very manageable. And then I came home. I've been in and out of sleep so much this past week. On Friday, I sent pictures of my incisions to my mom, and she's like, oh, they look so good. And then on Sunday, they were like itching. They're kind of itching really bad right now. So my husband actually took both pictures. He took pictures of my incisions, and when I looked at the two, I was a little concerned because the Friday one, they were raised and you could see where like a keloid, but there wasn't anything else going on. And then Sunday, they were like encircled with red, and it was pretty alarming to me. So I sent that stuff off to my surgeon and the nurse who works on my case. She called and my husband answered. She's like, y'all need to come in and get that looked at. And so we just got ready and left. I am allergic to the steri tape or whatever it's called, the tape that they put over the incisions. So apparently they suture you on the inside and then on the outside they put that tape, and I was allergic to that tape. And so now I'm on medicine for that, and it makes me drowsy. So, which is great because I think every time I sleep, I heal more. So I wake up and I feel a little better, and that's encouraging. But also I would like to not sleep as much as I feel like I am and probably going to until.
The only thing I'm going to say is, like, whenever we watch 600 Pound Life and they have the surgery, I don't know particularly what surgeries Dr. Now performs because I don't think they've really ever talked about them. But anyway, they want you moving around as much as possible because they don't want you to get blood clots while you heal. So, I mean, I'm glad she's sleeping and I'm glad it makes her feel better. But I also feel like I hope she's active in the moments when she's not sleeping, just because otherwise she's kind of like running the risk of other health problems. But that's really all I have to add here.
I stopped taking this medicine, and the spots have gotten more itchy and they continue to increase in the redness. So I'm really glad I went when I did, because I don't know what would have happened if I didn't. It would have, my whole stomach would have been one hard, red, itchy bump, I feel like. So my first week.
Yay.
I talk all over the place and in circles, I know, but it is literally the way I talk, so just is what it is. But this 1 week has covered a lot of ground between there's like the hospital stay, home, and then there's the rash situation. I weighed at home and I weighed at the doctor.
That would be less jarring if she didn't have her computer screen or her TV screen back here acting as like a picture screen, which is fine. It's just the angle and the lighting changed, plus the image on the back of the picture changed, and now we're back here, which is clearly where we were to begin with, so weird editing.
Doctor's office, and I am down 12 pounds. 1 week, 12 pounds, and I was expecting, when I weighed...
Let's see. Her highest weight was 352.8. Day of surgery, she was 314. Well, I mean, good for her. She lost like 40 some odd pounds before surgery, and then she's down to 302. 302 now. That's good. Good for her.
I was expecting to not have really lost much weight.
I'm not gonna lie though, she looks compared to the last time I saw her before she moved to Hawaii, because I was watching her through Chikara, she was much smaller. I feel like she seems bigger right now than she did when she went to Hawaii, when she moved to Hawaii 8 months ago. But you know, she could just be swollen from the surgery. It could just be swollen, especially if she's having like allergic reactions to things. So I'm giving April the benefit of the doubt, mainly because I don't know a lot about her.
If any, I am a part of a couple of groups that talk about things, and I'm always like seeing other people's stories, and it's not uncommon for people to not lose immediately after they have the surgery because of all of the swelling from surgery. And so I'm very happy that I am 12 pounds down. So surgery day, I was 314.8, 302 pounds this past week, and I am very happy. It's weird. I think I have crazy inflammatory responses to a lot of foods, and I need to probably get some allergy tests or something, because I feel like that's a lot of weight to lose considering the surgery. And it's not weight as much as it is just swelling, because I can already see like in my face and stuff where I was really puffy. I mean, to you guys, I probably look puffy because I'm still heavier than when I was regularly posting by a lot.
That's interesting. It's interesting to me how hard that was for her to say. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm not crazy. She is heavier than she was when she posted the last time. Not from her surgery, but from when she moved. So, okay. Well, I mean, it's interesting to me how hard that was for her to say, though. Like, that was actually causing her some distress. Interesting. I know April has a really hard time with her body, and I don't think she's, well, I mean, she got weight loss surgery, so clearly she's not a health at every size girly, but she's just had such a hard time losing weight, and she just, every time I would watch a video with Chikara, she just seemed like she was doing everything wrong. Like, she had the right idea, but she just did it wrong. Like, I remember she was meal prepping one time or something like that, and Chikara made a mention of, like, if she had meal prepped all these meals, which was good, but then she was clearly not eating the meals because she was eating out a lot. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I mean, it's been 8 months. Hopefully she's gotten some kind of counseling and some kind of help and something.
So, there's that. But I'm not going to dwell on that. It's just gonna make me feel really down and not okay. And
I mean, I get being irritated by it. I really do. But you've had the surgery. It's going to change. You know, I mean, a lot of people lose at least 100, 150 pounds on the surgery the first year and a half. So you should be good. You know, even though you gained weight, which clearly you gained weight, but I don't know. I've seen worse stories on my 600-pound life, so I think you'll be fine.
I need to be okay, so that way I can keep my mind. I just need to keep my mind right and focus on what's here, what's now, what's in front of me, and not what has happened or what could happen in a negative way right here.
If she's gonna cry a lot, I don't know if I can do this. It's the main reason I don't react to quirky Rosie Love. Not because I don't like quirky Rosie Love. I do actually like her a lot. The crying gets me. I can't do crying. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this is. When Amber cries, it's fake as fuck. When Foodie cries, honestly, have I ever seen Foodie cry? I can't tell you if I've ever actually seen Foodie Beauty cry for reals. But yeah, so... But people who I have, like, some sympathy for still, because I don't know enough not to, I never recall April being, like, a bad person. She just was very obviously sabotaging herself.
Right now, I'm 1 week post-op. I'm feeling really good. I have zero regrets. As long as I don't drink anything that gives me gas or like drink too fast. I did do that last Friday. I was talking to my mom on the phone, and I just wasn't paying attention. Or shit like this. Talking to my mom on the phone. Talking to my mom on the phone, and I just reached over and grabbed my drink. And before I thought, I had like 3 huge gulps. And then immediately, like as that third gulp went down, I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Mom, I gotta go." And I was in excruciating pain, and I have no intention of making that mistake again. But I can see less inflammation like in my face. There's the strangeness of full, and not just that, but like it's a weird feeling, especially since I'm not eating. a really positive part for me is that while I am mentally hungry at times, I'm like, oh, I really want this. I don't have that physical drive. Like the physical hunger is different, and I'm not focused. My mind and my thoughts are not as focused by food. My mind.
It's kind of cool, actually, and I wonder if that is the surgery, or if, like she said, she's only a week out from it. I do wonder. This is just me thinking out loud, though. I do wonder why they don't use the medical community don't use GLP-1 drugs in tangent with this, because in my head, just having the surgery isn't going to deal with the underlying issues, which, like she's talking about, intrusive food thoughts and having head hunger versus actual hunger. And the GLP-1 drugs have demonstrated that they're capable of reducing that. Now, she clearly has stated, and I have no reason not to believe her, that she has some serious bouts of depression. So maybe that's why she's not a candidate for that, because I know it can have reactions with severe depression. It can also help in some cases. Talk to your doctor. But I just wonder why the doctors don't use Ozempic and those kind of drugs. I mean, I know that's for diabetes, but like Wegovy and Mounjaro, why don't they use those in tandem? Because on top of everything else, I mean, it'll help with satiety. But maybe now that because her whole digestive tract, as I understand, has been completely rewired. So maybe the drugs don't work anymore because she's basically like circumvented everything. This is what she had done. I heard it described in an episode of My 600-Pound Life, and it's like crazy. So maybe that's why she's not on it. But I just feel like if you got weight loss surgery, especially something like a gastric band, where you're not really having anything removed, you're just having parts of your body restricted, like, I feel like those drugs would help a lot because they would help control hunger. But I guess if you already have like half a stomach, you're not going to feel hunger anymore anyway. Maybe.
My thoughts. I don't feel controlled by food. It's strange having food removed from the equation. And I mean, it's not removed. I still have to have liquid calories. But I am on this liquid fast. And at this point, it's supposed to be a 10-day pre-op and then a 2-week post, but it's actually going to be a little longer than 2 weeks post before I meet with a nutritionist, because I had to go off of her availability. So when I meet with a nutritionist I'll have my...
I don't really think it's a fast after the surgery. I know it is before the surgery, but like after the surgery, it's my understanding like you just don't have space. So it's not really fasting at that point. Basically, you're drinking the liquid protein shakes because it's like the only way you can get nutrients. So beforehand, they want you to shrink everything down as much as possible. Afterwards, it's keeping you alive. So it's not really a fast at that point. That's just me. That's just me.
2-week follow-up with the surgeon, and then I'll have my meeting with the nutritionist. And at that point, I will be on soft foods. I don't know fully what that will entail. So the interesting thing to me about bariatric procedures and the duodenal switch, even to my specific surgery, is every surgeon has a different regimen. Like they recommend or restrict or have everybody seems to have very specific guidelines or like things that they require or believe in as far as nutrition goes and what you should and should not do. And it's pretty interesting. But so then I will be on soft food. So my normal for the next over week is going to be getting lots of protein shakes and liquid protein forms and water. So I am focused on getting at least 90 grams of protein. And this past week, some days it's been a struggle to hit both of those things, but it's at this point right now, it's okay. Like I will be fine hitting my protein goal, hopefully. And I'm definitely fine hitting my liquid goal. So getting in the H2O, I was gonna say high quality H2O, just a little...
I appreciate that reference.
Water boy humor that probably doesn't land very well.
Why wouldn't that land well? Who doesn't like the water boy? What's wrong with you?
Today, but many moons ago, people knew Water Boy. It's an Adam Sandler movie. Anyway.
Well, that pause does you no favors. I don't have the crazy eyes. I mean, I hate to be mean like that, but April Lauren kind of has the crazy eyes, and like the Joker smile doesn't help. Especially going along with like the constantly on the verge of tears quavering voice. It's just a bad combo. But yeah, what's wrong with you? How do you not know? How do you not know who the Water Boy is? That's probably one of Adam Sandler's best movies, which is kind of sad.
Okay. My life looks different right now, and then once I move to the next phase, it'll look different. Also, right now I'm on leave from work, and so my time can be focused on getting in the nutrition. And
I swear to God, I need her to pin her hair back. I cannot take the constant pushing of the hair back. Though I understand that that's like her soothing gesture. She's soothing herself when she's doing that, but it's driving me nuts.
it won't be, by the time I am cleared to go back to work, I think it'll be the same time that I go to Whole Foods, like just regular foods. It might still be soft diet. I don't know. So neither here nor there. But it's looking like I will be at home for the next few weeks, which makes filming easier. So hopefully I'll just be able to film more. But I am very grateful for my surgeon, for the team, the hospital staff, for my husband, for how the process went, that I made it through the surgery. Surgeries are never something to scoff at. And I am happy to have this tool, like this other step, to add to what I try to do. For me, it's frustrating to think at how long it took me to even consider looking at this as an option. And that is something I do regret, waiting this long. When I tore the ligaments in my knee and broke my fibula and tore a ligament in my ankle, the surgeon who pieced me back together recommended weight loss surgery, and I was petrified of.
The hell did you do? Took out your whole damn leg. Criminy, no wonder. I mean, yeah, no shit he recommended weight loss surgery. If you were like pushing 400 when you did that. Christ. I can't imagine.
The idea, petrified's not the right word, but I was like, oh, it's not for me. And all of the steps and pieces just seemed so overwhelming, and I didn't even give it a consideration or look into it. And I regret that, because I could have been to this point a long time ago. Other side, though, is that I will never be to this point again. I am losing this weight, and I already feel so much freer from before.
I don't know who you're trying to convince there, but it's not us. You hear a lot of them say that, but statistically there is a significant portion of people that get the weight loss surgery, any weight loss surgery, and they gain their weight back, and it's because they don't do the lifestyle changes. It's not because their body has a set weight point, which is total bullshit. It's because they don't clean up their diet, they don't introduce exercise, they don't get mental help. So they don't do the things that they don't change the things that got them to where they were in the first place. So by the time the surgery starts to plateau, the effects of the surgery start to plateau, they haven't changed any of the issues, and so they just start to go back up again. So April's still, she's only a week out from surgery, so she's only got down to go. But I hope she does take the necessary steps to like change the things that need to change. It does seem like, and I've never had weight loss surgery, but it does seem like a lot of the surgeons don't really give you a whole lot of like post-op assistance. Like, I know on Dr. Now's show that they'll sometimes send you to a therapist. I feel like that should be like every time. I feel like having a nutritionist not only once, but maybe check in with you monthly for at least the first year probably would be a good thing. Like, I feel like a lot of people have the surgery and then, you know, they go in for their follow-up checkup to make sure everything's okay, but then they never interact with the doctors or any kind of treatment after that. And I feel like a lot of surgeons and the people who get the surgery, like, they think that the surgery is the end. And I feel like personally treatment should continue past the surgery point. I feel like surgery should be like the launching point, and then treatment should look like nutritional education, physical education, continuance with any kind of like therapy that's been going on. Because again, if you're not changing the underlying habits, you're just going to go right back to where you were. And I think that's why so many people are unsuccessful, is because they don't change. But I also don't feel like they're given the education and the support that they need post-operation to make those changes. Because, I mean, if they could just make those changes, they wouldn't be where they were at in the first place.
Something to consider. Like, I felt imprisoned, I think, or enslaved to thoughts about food, what I am eating, what I'm not eating, fear of weight gain. Even before I lost the weight, I was so slow and careful to not under eat, so that way I wouldn't risk gaining it back, and then I gained so much weight back anyway. So
you weren't under eating at all.
I'm grateful to have learned the lessons that I've learned, and I'm grateful to be where I am now, to be able to go forward and be successful. I hope sharing my story helps someone out there feel less alone, less like you're the only one who's stubborn, the only one who keeps trying and failing, the only one who can't look at themselves sometimes. You're not alone, and I love you. And to my future self, I love you, and I can't wait to see where this part of my life takes me. This week, I am looking forward to...
The inspirational music's killing me, by the way. Little tiny daggers. Every little second's a little tiny dagger of this inspirational music, and it's just like, ah!
moving more and sleeping less. And it's okay if the scale doesn't go down for a while. I just have to convince myself of that.
Dude, you dropped 12 pounds in a week. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. Give yourself a break. I mean, yeah, you need to get up and move more because you don't want to get, like, blood clots. I would figure that would be my biggest concern, honestly. You are losing weight, so I don't think you really need to worry about that. So yeah, I just chill. Every dead body on Everest was somebody who was in a rush. I'm just saying, take a break.
Actually, probably just need to stay off the scale, but let's be real. I'm not going to. I'm not going to stay off the scale. I'm compelled. So anyway, I'm just dabbling. I'm going to go ahead and end this video now. Thank you for watching with me. If you haven't and you'd like to follow along on this part of my weight loss journey, go ahead and subscribe, ding the bell so you'll be notified when I post. I will be posting just weekly updates as I go forward, and I look forward to seeing you along the way. Bye.
My God, I made a friend. I'm actually going to click up on that. That's terrible. I like that. That's a good video. I hate inspirational music at the end. Like, I feel like, you know, you just need like the American flag flying in the background after that, you know. Burr, 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 burr. Anyway. I might be cynical and jaded. Anyway. I got nothing, man. She seems okay. I'm glad she finally decided to bite the bullet and get the weight loss surgery. I hope she gets the mental help that she clearly needs. I hope she, you know, her husband's like fit. So clearly one of them knows how to properly exercise and eat and take care of themselves. So I hope she maybe listens to him, or he's also active military, so that could have a lot to do with it too. So yeah, I hope she does all of the things she needs to do in order to make the weight loss stick. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I guess we'll find out, because she seems like she's going to be posting fairly regularly. This was the second video she's posted in the last 4 days. I think the other video before this was 2 days ago. So beginning of this month. Yeah, I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. She doesn't seem bad. She's creepy, but that's just because I don't like people that just smile all the time. It's just weird. I don't smile at all. So anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a puppy dog down in the comment section, because she's got those 2 big dogs, and I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you are longtime April followers, like you've been following the story. I'm using my deer hand here. And yeah, I mean, just let me know what you guys think down below. I think we need to get at least 3 or 4 videos in, and I need to get past like the just I did weight loss surgery videos before I can really start getting like niches, ways to put her into the categories of the principles of dark anthropology, if she even falls into that, honestly. I mean, I know she's lied in the past. And I know she's gotten really upset about being called out for it. But again, you know, when it got too bad, she took off from the internet, which is, again, very smart. I think it's a smart thing to do. But anyway, at this moment, at this point, I wish her the best. I hope she does well, and we will keep checking back in with her because I don't know, I like April. I never really didn't like April, honestly. And honest to God, of all of the girls in the girl world, I'll take April any day. I still like glitter and lasers. I think she's ridiculous, but I still like glitter and lasers. Anyway, your emoji is a little puppy dog down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everyone who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And if you've made it this far, you might as well hit the subscribe button. We will be doing more April in the future. And I do other content as well. So I will see everybody in the next one. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.